All right, guys, what is up? We're filming a back session today. Gonna put this one out kind of as a standalone video, so I'm gonna talk a lot during this one. Training with Ryan and Jordan, so I'll have a chance to, kind of instruct and cue while they're doing their sets. So looking forward to this. This is me and my element. That's what I like, is exercise nerd shit. So it's gonna be a good day. But some cool stuff going on in the gym today. As you can see, we are kind of all out of sorts. We're actually getting like a, I don't even know what it is. It's like 5 times bigger than me, but there's a massive RTD out there that's about to go on the side of the building. So any of y'all that have seen the building in Houston before, or any of y'all that are coming through Houston, 249 in the Beltway. If you're getting on 249 North, you'll be able to see the Labrada sign and a giant RTD here pretty soon. So that'll be cool. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna get after back. First exercise up is gonna be a chest supported pullover, and I'll talk about that once we're actually over there. But so today's pull A, which in a nutshell it's the pull session that we have with the legs in the cycle. So it's push, pull, arms, legs, and the next training cycle is push, pull, arms. So on the training cycle that we have legs, which is this one, we don't do any spinal loading on the back day, and we don't train any hamstrings tomorrow on the arm day. Alternately, in this following training cycle, we'll actually have, spinal loaded back movements on the back day, and we'll train hamstrings on the arm day. So giving a little context to today. First exercise up is gonna be a chest supported cable pullover. And one of the biggest things that you're gonna notice today, and that I want you all to pay attention to at this back session, is there's a huge difference between active range of motion and passive range of motion. So, from this exercise forward, you'll see a lot of the keyboard warriors out there might say, oh, the range of motion's too short. Absolutely, if I was trying to take my shoulder joint through its full range on this exercise or any of the other ones that we're doing, you would absolutely be correct. But we're trying to train our backs today. So I'm not trying to take my shoulder through its entire range of motion. I am trying to take my lat from its fully lengthened position to its fully shortened position, which is not as far as you think it is, especially if you're a bigger guy. Something that I really like to make people do to drive this point home is if you stand up, rotate your thumbs out as hard as you can get them, so you're tucking your elbows, keep that out, the external rotation, your elbows tucked, and then raise your hands above your head as far as you can go. That's my active range of motion. The second your elbows come untucked, you lose the tension from your lat. So that's why whenever you see me do these, and you'll see me doing it on the Nautilus pull downs and everything, it's not a short range of motion, but it is a range of motion that is aimed at keeping all of the tension in the lat, which is what we're training. So something with this setup that I really like, having it braced like this, it offers 2 things. A, you're obviously braced. Can't fire a cannon from a canoe. More stable we are, the more output we're gonna get. But more importantly, by really locking into that angle, we're really able to use the fact that that cable, as the angle decreases between your arms and the cable, the mechanical resistance actually drops off. So by doing it like this, we're actually really dialing in the resistance curve for this exercise, because it's definitely heaviest when it's longest, when the muscle's longest. And as we get into that shortened position where we're weakest, the cable drops off, you'll see. So show it while it's real light one time. So we're here, everything's tucked, active. You're seeing like right about here is where I'm starting, and that's about as much resistance as you're gonna get out of the cable. When that cable and my arms are making a 90-degree angle right here, that's maximum resistance from that cable. As the angle right here decreases, 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 the mechanical tension's dropping off. So by bracing like this, we're able to A, be braced, but B, have a much better resistance profile than we would if we were just standing up. Because when you're just standing up, you basically have the same load the whole time. That angle's not really changing, and it's really easy up top, and it's really hard at the bottom. And we don't want it like that. We want it the opposite way. You want it hard at the top when the muscle's longest and strongest, and you want it easier at the bottom when the muscle's shortest and weakest. So thing that you really want to keep in mind with this, and it's all just comes down to stability and bracing, is whenever you're performing the exercise, you want to keep your hips driven into the bench and your rib cage down, which in a nutshell is you want to keep an active core. So by keeping the active core, you're stabilizing where your lats tie into, and once again, the more stable we are, the more output we have. So keep that in mind too. Come on. Go. Come on. Come on, Jordan, stay in it. Yes, sir. Yeah. Wow, you can really roll over here. Extra right. Come on. Yes. Go. Up. So, a reason that I really like starting with this exercise, in addition to like all the reasons that I've already given, is it's a very low impact in terms of energy, but very, high impact in terms of like the ability to like do work and put blood in the muscle. And I really think that it's a benefit to really challenging the muscle in that short position at the start of the workout before you go to anything else. So, we start here, like really working on that shortened position, and then, from here we'll go, haven't talked about the exercise already yet, from here we'll go to that Nautilus, pull down the one-arm Nautilus, and, really, be training out of that lengthened position. So I love these, puts a lot of blood in my lats, really wakes everything up, and then, like I said, it's a great opportunity to get some work in and some fatigue in while not really doing anything to your energy level. So. Good, come on. Good. Come on. Here we go. Drive it. Finish it. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. All right. That's you again. Come on. We nothing. Let's go. All right, so after the chest-supported pullovers, we are going to what I believe is, and a lot of other people believe to be, the best lat pull machine in existence, the Nautilus pull down. I really like it. It's made a big difference for me. More so than the machine that's made a difference, though, is the movement pattern that the machine has. It's a movement pattern that you can definitely replicate off of cables. I'll definitely post a session, the other pull session, we actually do it off the cable, even though we have the machine. So we'll show you all that. Something to keep in mind with these, we always do them unilaterally. Once you get to a certain size, I really don't believe in training your lats bilaterally if you're a certain size. Very hard to keep them active while using both hands. So what you'll see here is a unilateral exercise that we're really aiming to get A, really good joint alignment, so keeping the handle, wrist, elbow, shoulder all basically in a straight line. And then B, really keeping that shoulder down and back packed and getting that lat activation we're after. We're keeping that elbow close. It's not coming way out here. We're not pulling to here and then, rotating like that and losing every last bit of tension we could possibly lose in our lat. We're staying internally rotated. Everything's in a straight line, getting as short as possible, which is right there, not way past your center line, right there. And then just like that, the pullover we just did, we're stretching as far as we can while staying in the active range of motion for the lat. So show you what it looks like during the warm-up sets, and then show you what the intensity looks during the top set. And then something that you really want to keep in mind doing any kind of unilateral back work, whether it be a row or a pull down, is you want to do your best to keep your shoulders squared up or perpendicular to the machine. We want this, we don't want that. So best thing to do is A, keep in mind we're trying to stay perpendicular to the machine, but B, brace with that other hand and really drive into it so you can keep your torso from rotating as much as possible.
Let's go, come on! Yes! Good! Come on, hit it now! Let's go! Good, come on! Yes! Good! Number one, let's go! Again! Good! Good! Let's go, run! How we work! Good! One more! Come on! Good! Come on. Work. Get there.
Come on, Ryan. Get there.
Come on.
All right, so we did the straight arms, we did the one arm Nautilus pull downs, moving into our first rowing movement of the session. Today it's gonna be the Rogers three-way. I'm gonna be doing it unilaterally, definitely with a lower lat focus, meaning, you know, elbow in, trying to take my tricep off on my lat every rep, and very much so, you know, like dragging the elbow through the mud. You know, the same way we initiated by going down with the elbow on that lat pull down, still thinking about initiating by going down with the elbow on the rows. So we'll show you what these look like. If you don't have a Rogers three-way, what I'd recommend probably is the hammer row is a good option for this. What else? Yeah, underhand Dorian row. You could do like a cable chest supported. Basically, you just want something that's chest supported that you can really brace off of and do unilaterally for a lat focus row. So show you what it looks like. Pay attention to just the shoulder, elbow, arm positioning. And then again, you know, the range of motion, because it's very much so an exercise that I can go like this with, or I can go like this with. One's keeping my lat active the whole time, the other is just kind of like stretching for the sake of stretching, which is pointless for what we're trying to do. So, time to get after it.
Come on! Come on! Dive in! Come on! That's all right, come on!
So we get the dogs beds, and they lie everywhere but the beds. Rugs, sheets of plywood, so this warms my heart. Daisy chains, also double, great dog leads. So I don't know if y'all have seen it or not, but Galloway is quite the cardio connoisseur. He's gotten to the point where he's quite addicted to the treadmill and Stairmaster. So anytime we're out here in training and you know, someone from the office wants to do cardio, or any of the homies have cardio, we typically have to tether them. A couple of our friends are okay with him doing cardio with him. It's pretty funny. Like our boy Sean will be on the stairs with them, and Liv will do the treadmill with them and stuff. But yeah, he's addicted to fitness. That's it on the Rogers three-way. That was our unilateral row. Moving on to the movement we've been using for our upper back, you know, pull down / movement, if you will. Been doing the prime handled, you know, like basically pull downs. Only like little modification that we've made is you'll see we're actually sitting on a bench, which puts us about a foot farther back than you would be if you were sitting on the seat. And you'll see the line of pull it gives. It's a lot more, you know, through the area that we're trying to target with this. So that's the reasoning for the bench instead of sitting on the seat.
Come on! Come on, time to dig, let's go! Good, now we'll work. Come on, Hunter! Put on me. Yes! Come on! Great, come on! Come on! Go! It's it!
Finished up with that pull down. I got one more exercise left for back. That is going to be the prime row. You know, with the seat set to where I'm really focusing on, you know, lats. So we'll knock this out, working set, back off set here, and then we're going to finish up with the rear delts. You know, today definitely is an actual, like it's a pull session, not just back, because obviously we do rear delts, and then, you know, we don't do rear delts on shoulder day, because I don't have shoulder day, we got push day. So Your rear delts get used a shit ton when you're training back. So if you have both a shoulder day and a back day, I'd strongly recommend putting them on the back day. It'd probably help you out. So knock these 2 sets out, rear delts, and then we are done skis.
Come on! Yeah! Oh, let's go. Good, come on. Good. Come on. Yep, come on. Come on.
All right, so finished up with the prime row. Like I said, last exercise up is gonna be a rear delt fly. No, it's not back, it's technically a muscle on your shoulder, but you use your rear delts on just about every back exercise. It's much more of a pull muscle than a push muscle. So we train rear delts with back. Today we're just doing reverse pec deck fly. A couple tips for this that have really made a big difference for me are, A, it's pretty much the only exercise that I do that you want your shoulders protracted, not retracted. By protracting them, you take your traps out of it and you keep it all in your rear delts. Another 2 things that have really helped me is A, really driving my chest into the pad, really bracing. And then subsequently, as a result of that bracing, actually angling your body a little more like that and allowing your arm to take a more natural arm path. So you'll see this right here versus this right here. It's a lot more natural of an arm path with your body slightly angled out. So by angling your hips slightly back, you're able to really use your legs to drive your chest in and keep that angle you want. So this is, I already sent it, so this is my back off set, but let me show you what it looks like. So like I said, really focusing on keeping your shoulders protracted the whole time. What you don't want to do is make it like a glorified trap, pinchy, shruggy thing. So yeah, let's show you what it looks like. All right, so that's a wrap. I'm back. Like I said, this is the pull A session. Definitely gonna start posting all the workouts up. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I'm pretty sure next week sometime I'm gonna sit down and pretty much not redo the split, but redo all the exercises in exercise order. Been running this exact program for like 5 or 6 months now, 6 months, and stalling on some exercises and getting so strong on others that it's starting to kind of scare me, and we've had some little like pings and strains. So I'm gonna take y'all through the process of, you know, what it's like to design a split sometime next week. But good time this back session today. Pushed all the numbers in the logbook. I head to Wisconsin in the morning. My guest pose for Chris Cormier and the Timosinis up in Wisconsin at the Chris Cormier Classic. So looking forward to that. Go up there, do my thing, then get back to town and start working. After this trip, I think I'm home for like a full month. So have a lot of time to really put out some content for y'all. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Also let us know in the comments if you have any questions or what you'd like to see in the future. Definitely looking for y'all's feedback as we get the channel up and rolling. Definitely want to give y'all what y'all want to see. So let us know. Appreciate y'all watching. Looking forward to next time.